Alright, let's do this one last time. We've all seen how powerful the spot became after absorbing all the energy from the collider. At this point, it's hard to imagine anyone being able to stop him. But in this video, I'm going to share a theory about how Miles Morales could defeat the spot in Beyond the Spider-Verse. Everything I'll talk about is speculation, but it's based on clues from the movie. First, let's break down the spot's abilities in Across the Spider-Verse. His power allows him to travel through space and different dimensions, making it almost impossible for Spider-Man to land a direct hit on him. After reaching his final form, his abilities become even more dangerous. When Miles catches a glimpse of the future, we see the spot pulling objects into black holes and launching them back as devastating attacks. Honestly, I've never seen a Marvel character with powers exactly like this. However, I'm also a huge fan of Naruto, and there is one character whose abilities are surprisingly similar: Obito Uchiha. He could also move between dimensions and use that ability to become untouchable.
That's right, and his black hole attacks are also very similar to the spot's.
In the end, Naruto was only able to defeat him by attacking both dimensions at the same time. So, could Miles use the same strategy against the spot? I think it's definitely possible, but it would be much more difficult than Naruto's situation. The biggest difference is that the spot now contains an enormous amount of energy inside his body. On top of that, after the collider explosion, there's a brief scene suggesting that the spot can somehow read Miles' thoughts, making him an even harder opponent to fight.
My theory is that Miles won't defeat the spot alone. The other Spider-Men, especially the Prowler from Earth 42, will attack the spot from the outside, while Miles enters the spot's body and deals with the energy inside. Since Miles has the unique ability to absorb bioelectric energy, he could drain the spot's power from within. But why would this work? The Prowler is another version of Miles, but he doesn't have Spider-Man's powers. Because of that, the spot may not be able to tell the two Mileses apart, and he likely wouldn't be able to read the Prowler's thoughts the way he can read Spider-Man Miles. That distraction could create the perfect opportunity for Miles to get inside the spot and absorb his energy from the inside. This theory also fits several clues we've already seen. The spot easily defeats multiple Spider-Men, the Prowler is introduced at the end of Across the Spider-Verse, and some unofficial promotional images even suggest that the spot will have a gigantic body in the next movie. Of course, this would be incredibly dangerous for Miles. The spot contains an unbelievable amount of energy, and absorbing all of it could overload Miles and cause him to explode. Still, Miles is a Spider-Man with so much potential left to explore, so I don't think Marvel or Sony would end his story here. Instead, I think another character might sacrifice themselves to save him. My best guesses are Peter B. Parker or Miguel O'Hara. This would be very similar to the ending of the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. When Miles became overloaded with energy and was about to explode, the Tinkerer absorbed that energy and sacrificed herself to save him. If Beyond the Spider-Verse ends this way, it would be heartbreaking, but it might also be the emotional ending that Spider-Man fans will never forget. So what do you think about this theory? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Spider-Verse theories and breakdowns.
After so many times saying it, thank you seems soft.